Hello, everyone. This is Gemini Talks. Give me a moment. I'll put the webcam on. The webcam. Hi, how is everyone? I was gonna wait until later to do this, to record for this, and think of a game to play. But I'm just gonna do it now. Do this while I'm still in the way I'm feeling right now. There will be no game. It's just gonna be me talking, and it won't be long. I'm Yeah, I was wondering when it was gonna come out. I was trying yesterday. My tears were trying to come out, and not all of it could. And like today, after a few minutes ago, I felt like for 2 weeks I had a bunch of pent up anger, and I think more sadness, and I couldn't release it, and I hate when it can't come out because I can't heal. I can't do anything if I'm stuck in an emotion, and it's hard for me to come out. And I know it's because I think I'm being purposely blocked because I get sensitive because when I feel like something's not right or I don't like something and I have to put on a mask, and I'm tired of doing that. Like, I was trying to force myself this whole week to just cry, just get it out. I've never cried in public except at my middle sister's dad's funeral, which to this day, like when I think about him, still makes me cry. Like, it's hard. I can't think about him. Like I'm just saying, it just need to come out. Just let it come out, because I just have tears of what I'm feeling now and just take it out, and then and shit, I can't even talk. End up taking it out on people, which I don't do that, but I become more distant. Once again, I'm not playing a game. I just want to get this out and done. I am so lost. And I'm so confused. And I'm tired of feeling this way. Like, I don't even know what to do. I go to work. I'm in a fucking cycle. I go to work. I wake up. I go to work. Do my job. And then, like, clock out. I wait for my sister to get off. I go home. I feel like I don't know if I'm going to eat dinner or not. And while I'm at work, I'm not even, like, mentally there. Or spiritually there. I'm out. I'm out of it. My last episode, I talked about that little girl who's just so disrespectful. Talked to the director about it. Kid you not. she basically was the same. Thursday, Friday it started getting worse. Friday, let me go back. It's to the point that this week she had to be moved because of how disruptive she is to like a different area of the classroom or near the teacher. It's to the point that when I get there, like the teacher's done. Friday, when I tell you the lead teacher, she was done with like all of the children because it just makes no sense. Like you need more than just teachers to try to teach these kids on common sense, what to do, what not to do. But if you're so used to getting your way at home, by the time you don't care. And let's be honest, even though they're there for 8 to 10 hours, Monday through Friday, which already makes no sense that somebody's child is there that long. Sorry. I don't know about anybody else. When I was growing up, even if somebody wasn't home, but I was considered responsible, so I was always given a key. People had family to go home to. Just, like they had somebody that's willing, not even willing. They got home at a decent time. They got home either right before they got out of school or a little bit after when they got out of school. Like I'm seeing babies that's there from 6:30, 7 or 8 until like 6:30, 6 o'clock. Why? They're babies. Makes no sense. Back to what I was saying. This little girl it was so bad that she kept up mainly everyone except I think 4 or 5 people. She was on somebody else's cot. She was touching things. She was screaming, yelling, and I was already doing other people's lunch breaks and stuff. Oh, by the way, someone else is quitting. I don't blame them. I can't sit there and tell you what not to do to make yourself happy. Like, I'm gonna say this here, say this now. Daycare ain't for people. It's not for you if you don't want to make your own daycare and make it a better place. Like, if you want to do daycare, you just take what you learn from it. If you want your degree in it, fine, and take what you've learned, save up your money, and do your own daycare and do better. But daycare is not a be all end all. It needs to be, I just need some money for those that just, or those that want to help kids, whatever. It's cool, but I don't expect anybody to be at a daycare for the rest of their life. Or any job that makes you feel like you start to get angry and you was never this person. And the amount of teachers that have come across the years I've been doing this who said they were never angry until they came into a classroom and yeah, the kids are crazy and it's hard to deal with, but when your management don't even help you. There's another girl, she's leaving, and now that she's leaving, people want to start helping. And she said this to me. It's like a repeated disease. It's a sickness in daycares. And you see the cure for the sickness, you just don't give it. So, hey, be happy. Do what you gotta do to sustain your own happiness, because you get so angry that you end up accidentally taking it out on other people and children can sense when you're angry, especially the kids that just don't care. That makes you even more angry, where they just disrespectful, spit at you, kick you, hit you. If you're not gonna take it from an adult, why the hell you gonna take it from a child? So she leaves, not this week but the following week. And I hope her nothing but happiness and to figure out. She's younger than me, so I don't even think she knows how old I really am. But hey, you got a lot of time. Do what you need to do to support yourself. Use this as a lesson learned. You learned your lesson. It's time to move on. I get there. The classroom's in disarray. Like, there's majority of the classroom is up. I think at that time there was 16 or 17 kids there. So I asked, oh, what's going on? And the teacher, she says, I'm done. I'm so done. There's no point. Mind you, as I'm already clocking back in, I see the director and another person that's at the other, she's from a different, the other campus, I'll call it, location of a daycare, and she's there. And I heard that teacher telling me she was in zebras too, because it's crazy. And the teacher's telling me, like long as every other teacher, that it don't even matter what classroom they put you in. Even the baby room, which there are just certain parents that, like, why have a child if you don't even want to parent? I don't get that. Why have a child when you do things that has the ability to affect your child in a negative way, that puts stress, not all like stress on the kids, but the teacher as well? I don't get that. Like, you are a parent. Your job is to be a parent. But you do things, and when you ask for advice and they give you sound advice on what you need to not do, you choose to do it instead, and then you cause disarray, and then everybody in the area has to suffer because of your actions. I don't understand that. Like, you're supposed to do better and be better for your child, but I don't get that. I just don't get it. Mind you, before even any of that started, I literally just clock in. Thursday, I'm hungry. I didn't eat. Got an hour to get to work. I'm already I feel like depression is trying to kick back in, and I'm trying to fight it because I know it's going to keep me from doing what I need to do, because I refuse to stay the way I am now. I don't want to be this way. I don't like it. I don't like the way it makes you feel. It puts your mind in a dark spot in a place, and it becomes bigger and bigger until it feels like you can't get out. And I refuse to go that way and have those thoughts again. I was eating breakfast. I had my back turned. As I'm done, they're doing circle time. They're about to end it. Little girl comes out her mouth and saying stuff about me. I literally just came in there. I'm quiet. I try to tell management, there is no point. I told them Friday, there is no point in talking to this little girl. Even direction they want me to go. Lead teacher has said the things you want me to say from word to word. And because I know it don't matter to that little girl, she don't care if you say, well, that makes me sad because I like you. That girl don't give a damn what comes out of your mouth. She don't care that you like her. And yeah, she's on a spectrum, and I told them this, but I'm not dumb to be like, that girl's not articulate to know, because that little girl, she has a level of smartness and she's articulate. So that means, yes, because she's on a spectrum, but she ain't dumb enough to be like, I don't know what I'm saying. She do. She don't understand that she has some type of autism, because you can see it. But she is smart enough to know what she's saying. And she will, I didn't say anything. Only spoke to her, I promise you, 3 times out that entire day, because no matter what I say, can you please wash your hands? I promise you. I said, she came at the bathroom during nap time. She didn't wash her hands. I said, hey, can you please wash your hands? When I tell you, she didn't want to hear it. Okay. I'm not going to argue with the child. I'm already wasting my energy. I'm going to waste more of my energy. There's no point in talking to her. She needs to go to a behavioral center, one that deals with children like her and children with her behavior. Okay. There's no point talking to her. She can't be around normal people, because when she goes to kindergarten and a teacher sees that, they're going to tell the principal, and you're going to be forced to have to do something about it, or your child can't go in that classroom because she's disruptive. She does things that a teacher won't put up with. They like, I got to deal with these badass kids. You want me to deal with that too? We're not equipped to deal with children like that. You need years of training and observation, because just like every child is different. Every child like her is different, because you have to know that child, yes, she's definitely on the spectrum. She's in it. But you have to understand and observe that she is smart enough to know and how to say these things and do these things. Okay. Friday, I promise you, I actually walked out the room and went to look for management because I'm over it. I literally clock in. One of the child's parents come in a few minutes right behind me. They started circle time late from what I heard, so they're not going to do calendar time. I just sat down. I put my drink, my water, my cup of ice to the side, and this little girl said my name. She's disgusting. I've never heard anyone talk to me in my life. Now, I heard somebody say, ew, that's disgusting, when somebody do something that is actually really, but I've never heard anyone say that to me in my entire life. I don't garner anything for people to say that. It wasn't like she said it once. She went back and said it twice, and I looked at the teacher. When I tell you, and she said it, and this parent came in, and she said it in front of a parent. I'm not talking to you. There's nothing to say, because you're just being disrespectful. I get up, walk out, tell management, like, hey, you can check my time. I just clocked in. I just sat down. They just started circle time. A parent just came in and she just said this. It wasn't once, it was twice. Like, even when I gotta take pictures for parents, when it comes to her, I'd have to zoom in on her and take a distance away from her because I don't want no contact with her at all. I don't care if she's a child. At this point, you're so disrespectful. I'm gonna treat you in a way where it's like, okay, let me just stay away. You're the type of energy I just don't want to be around. You're not gonna mess up my day and it's Friday. But to sit there and just say you're disgusting, I got nothing to say. I don't know what the hell was wrong with her. When I tell you she was on demon time, she already screams and yells. She literally in front of a child, we're doing, was it math? No, writing. She has to sit there. The teacher tells her, can you sit right there because the table that she was supposed to be at is full. I looked like that is the dumbest thing you could have said. It's about to be on and cracking. No, not writing. It was playing with dinosaurs. And she pointed at her and screamed, I don't like such and such. I don't like her. I don't want to be around her. I don't want to share. Like directly pointing in her face, gets up and get in her face and does this. Point in her face. You know how when you do that, you can break somebody's finger because somebody don't want your finger in their face, like you know, like that. Like you want to hurt somebody. Like, did you just put your finger at your face and have the nerve to yell at me? And then unprovoked, she literally kept doing it. And then she's screaming and yelling. She goes up to this teacher and she screams and yells at her, I don't want to share. I don't like people. Well, I like everybody. I don't like everybody. I don't want to be around everybody. Yo, it's still morning. The day hasn't really gotten to the daytime yet. It's still early in the morning. I looked at the time. It's not even 10 o'clock yet. It's 9:45. For real? Mind you, she was starting at 8:57 because I clocked in late. My sister wasn't feeling good. She needed something to eat because she has a stronger dosage in the medicine that she's taking because she's pre-diabetic. Yo, even the teacher said we just started and she's already going at it. She's at full force. The teacher saying everything you told me to say. She don't care. Every time she said, well, I like them. I don't care. I don't like them. I want to be by myself. I don't want to share with people. Even when you compromising, how many moves of Tetris you going to keep playing with this little girl? Because at the end of the day, those kids that she's being disrespectful to, you going to have to pick a side. Because you think they not going to go home and say this stuff to their parents? They're 4. Some of them are 5. They parents are the type that goes to the directors and go to us. You want me to lie? The parent that saw what this child was saying, she told her child, and that's not even her name. I don't like Miyagi. She called it Miyavi. 3 different names. That's not her name. She's in her face yelling it at her. Anytime somebody has to sit next to her and play with her, they're their next victim. So now she's adding everybody in the classroom. She's screaming, stomping her feet, about to kick. She's spitting during circle time. It wasn't even first time. Teacher let it slide because she was laughing and she put her lips together and spitting. But there's a little boy, and I heard and seen her spit, and he said, like, hey, she spit on me. I seen it and I heard it. We literally just got 2 kids that had to leave. That little girl had to go to behavioral, and I guess it worked out because she seemed a whole lot different. And now she can integrate with other kids. She needs to go. You need to have a conversation with her parents, which I guess not even guess. The parents never told management that they found out she's on the spectrum and got her tested. They told her tiger teacher, but they didn't tell management. The director, she came and saw what she was doing, and And the lead teacher told her, and I said no. I was told the same thing, and she said, "Wait, they said that?" I said, "That's what the tiger teacher said. That they told her she was on a spectrum, and after that, they talked nothing about it, and you can tell they did nothing about it because they just let her do it. She just like you can tell." Kids with autism have certain gestures and they make weird sounds and they do things, and some of them are born with different features like physical features. You can tell that something, even with Down syndrome, you can tell that something is wrong. I don't know how she was when she was younger than that. Maybe at 2, I could probably think it was a whole lot worse because it's not getting better. Like, she has the mindset, like it goes in it like of a 2-year-old in a way. But she's smart enough to know what she's doing, but not smart enough to realize something is going on with me, because she talks with her hands, or she by herself, and her hands go like, if you have had, opportunities to meet children or people with autism or Down syndrome, they have certain quirks to them. Like I said, I had several kids with autism, and only one of them took the time out to try to help. And now that little boy is high functioning because their parents cared. You're just going to stand by and let this girl go to kindergarten and saying hateful, rude, disrespectful things, spit, kick all on these kindergarten kids? You think she won't get beat up? Like, she has a behavioral problem and she's on a spectrum at the same time because she's spoiled. Parents know she's defiant, and they know she has an attitude problem, and they know she's on a spectrum, but they choose to do nothing about it. She can't be in society with that type of with what's going on with her. She's not going to be able to function. Nobody's going to want to put up with that, teacher wise, child wise. Nobody should have to. Like, she was, from the morning up until she left, it was bad. Like, I strongly dislike telling people, because of my own experience and because of what I'm observing, hey, y'all, look, this is what happened, and y'all should, I don't know what y'all gonna do about it, which is clear y'all need to do something about it. And they choose not to do anything about it. I'm tired, exhausted. I don't even have the energy for it. I have my own issues within myself that I'm trying to figure out. And I come to work and I'm already like dazed. Like, I'm there, but I'm not there. And it's bad enough you got to deal with the ones that are, imagine, I promise you, there's a bunch of children that got some type of disorder, special needs on some type of spectrum. You can tell. It's not hard to tell. You can tell that there are more than too many of them, from the babies on up, that are here and nothing's being done. How are they going to function if you don't hurry up and put some type of a lid and let that child understand that, hey, this is what's going on, and we're going to have to work with that, because you just think it's just going to be A-okay if you just ignore it? Somebody's going to tell you. If it's not us, somebody's going to tell you. But I am tired. Then on top of that, and this is just me, like I said, I don't have an outlet. I don't have like-minded people around me. I am somebody that can't be around a bunch of crowds, because it's exhausting. It's really, really draining. Like, I don't know why, but like, you can get some of my time, and after that, I gotta bounce. Because after that, it's like I'm forced to have a conversation that Be honest, I don't really care about, not interested really in like something. And I think it's because of all the stuff that has happened to me that I'm learning to put up energy boundaries and regular boundaries to keep myself safe mentally, physically, and spiritually. Because all that can weigh on you, and then you just all of a sudden you feel sick and a doctor can't figure out what the fuck's wrong with you. So I have to put up a boundary. And you don't need to tell everybody your business or what you're trying to do. So I took a risk on myself. Not like a money risk, but a risk on myself because I'm the type of person that will never do this. Put on a camera and do any of it. Never. There's no point. I don't want to. I'm not interested. I wasn't interested. I didn't care. Like I said, I am still late to a lot of stuff. I don't know half the stuff that's trending. I don't really care if it's trending because it has no importance to me. But it do make you disappointed, and it's saddening in your heart when you try to figure out what works for you, and then you see things like you might lose a subscriber, or you're not getting a lot of follows, or your videos didn't do well, which, because I don't have that many subscribers, period, the fact that I get as many as I do, viewership wise, compared to actual, and this is insane. This is how it is on Twitch. Like, you can be an affiliate of somebody, right? You could have known that person for years. You be on their streams, you play games with them. But the amount of people who like you when you're on that person's stream, and then you do your own thing and you also play games, and unlike that other person, you finish your games, you see it through, they will not watch you as much or subscribe to you as much, which is insane. This is why me personally have to establish myself and let y'all see this is me. I'm not doing a whole bunch of editing stuff. There's some ideas in my head that would work for me, and the jokes that I bring to I think that is funny for myself because I laugh at my own stupidity, my clumsiness. That in my head, I found another app that can do that stuff. But I know it's going to take some time because that's also take money. And even though it is free and you can do other stuff with that, I would have to play with some things and figure it out how to do it. Another downfall is I don't have a PlayStation 5. I just literally got a Switch. It's been almost a year now. My monitor is almost a year old. My laptop just made 2 years. I don't have the latest things that people have. I don't have money like that. I work in a daycare. You're not going to, unless you want to make a whole bunch of money and still feel like crap from people. It don't matter which way you go. That also plays another factor. I don't. But I'm also somebody that there's so many games out there that I've never got the chance to play. Like, I never had my own system that I bought. Like, I said this before. The Wii U was the first time somebody bought me a game. Like, my mom bought me a Wii, but it was a used one. And you could tell from the controllers, the nunchucks. And I was a little bit disappointed, but I was really happy that, look, I finally got a game because I never had my own game. It was a Sega, and I had to share. And then I thought about years later, whatever happened to that Sega, because I was the main one playing with it. But hey, basically, when your sisters date boyfriends and they kick them out and get mad and all this other stuff, they take their stuff with them too, even though you bought that for them. I don't know how that works. I never been in a relationship where I lived with a boyfriend. I was at my other sister, who now has schizophrenia. She's schizophrenic with a very probably high now psychosis level where you don't know what she's gonna do. And unfortunately, since 2014, I literally was arguing with police and doctors, and it's draining. And the weird part is, I think it was an anime, And it gave me a hint that she had schizophrenia. And then my oldest sister, of all of us, she thought the same thing. She called me and was like, hey, do you think she got something? And I kid you not, it was an episode with Dr. Phil around the same time about a lady that had she was had schizophrenia, or schizophrenic. She was schizophrenic. And Dr. Phil said all the symptoms. And I was like, I showed my oldest sister the episode we was watching on TV, and I said, this is exactly what she got. September 2014, she was diagnosed with it. It's 2024. It's been 10 years, and it's getting worse. You can't even recognize. I was told from the last time I saw her before, after her dad died, who my family's very close with, you can't recognize her. Like, she's the reason why I got into games. Like, when I tell you, if my sister was still in the mindset that she was before all this happened, she can outplay anybody. Even if you were a professional, you give her a game, and when I tell you she mastered any and all games. It was ridiculous to see her play a girl. Girls back then really it wasn't a lot of girls playing video games, and it wasn't a lot of girls that was sitting there watching anime. I'm the only person in my family I can't do scary like horror movies, like paranormal I can do, but like that dude with a knife in his hand, why are we watching that? That's real life stuff. I ain't watching that. I literally, like, I did a recording with a game that came out in '97. When I tell you, I was so obsessed with playing this game, and I saw in the Game Con that came out this summer that they remastered it, a special edition. Like, yo, you for real? My sister played that game. Like, only games I'm not playing is GTA. But I watched her play up until 5. She used to play it. She beat and played every Tekken, Pac-Man. She played a Barbie game on PlayStation 1. I can't even think of. That was the best Barbie game. She played Tomb Raider. She played Spyro, Rayman, every game you can think of. I got my sister because she played Scarface. because I was in I found out about Godfather, and I watched the movies, and I did a report on it, which is why I passed English for my senior year. I got how to play Godfather 1 and 2. Like, when I tell you, if she wanted to play Call of Duty, like my great nephew, which is weird to even say, but he's 10 now. He's the same way I used to be. And my sister, I feel like he's a mixture of both. Like, he can pick up any game and will destroy an adult who's been playing it their whole life or made it their whole life dream to be a pro gamer. He's just naturally good at games. And I used to watch my sister and be like, man, I used to get mad too. She'd take too long, or I couldn't play it, and I had to wait for her to beat it. I'm like, dude, really? And because as a teenager, there were some things that happened. And when I got a game, I was really happy. I was working in a casino at the time. But then I got a level of depression, and it's like going on 10 years now. Almost. And I had to fall back from games. And then when I moved to Texas to get my life together, because it was not going together. I was gaining weight. I was crying almost every day. I was lifeless. And some stuff started to become a little bit light. And then my family, as I got older, I realized some of them got relationships with a bottle of alcohol before they have a relationship with the people in their family. And all the memories I had growing up as a child, I understood why they were happening. I don't want to be around that. Like, I can't say I'm that close to my family. Like, they all had to leave. My sisters all had to spread apart, because who wants to be trapped in that? And then you don't know who you can trust. I'm the type of person, if I tell you something, I don't expect you to tell everybody until I feel like it's okay for me to tell that person. But now my middle sister, the oldest one, I'm the youngest on my dad and mom's side. She is not here mentally. She's gone. Like, she is gone, and she's never coming back. And then I found out I had a cousin who I thought she was the most prettiest, sweetest person, soft-spoken. Same thing happened to her on my dad's side. Like, there's stuff going on in my city that I've been told that it's too many people who just are losing their minds. But my sister, she literally died on the surgical table. And they told her that if you don't seek therapy, it's going to mess you up, because they had to tell her that she died. They gave her a surgery she didn't even need. Years later, she found out they just had to drain her cyst. She got a surgery that she didn't even need. And she didn't fully go on with the lawsuit because they told her she could have won the lawsuit. Like, her kids have been suffering since they were in high school. Her son literally graduated. And after the same day he graduated and they went out because I had to go back to work after I got injured, he lost his mom. Like, he was losing his mom. Like, every day they were calling for help and no one wanted to help. I had to leave. Like, I was already thinking, like, why am I here? Like, what, I'm gonna live here, and yeah, it's horrible what's going on with her, but what about my life too? Like, what about everybody else's life? Like, we're literally sacrificing ourselves to help one person. We can't even get help because the government's ass don't even want to help. We even had police officer recently who told my mom that and there's many of them that said that they got going through the same thing, don't want help. So you rather let it be a white person. You hate to even say that, because there are some that don't even get that help too. But the government makes it that, oh, she's still an adult. I don't give a fuck if she was an elder. She's beyond the age of an adult. She's 120 years old. When your person of your family no longer is there mentally, you need to be in control and be like, hey, she needs help. She needs help. We need to do something. And I need to take full custody of that person because she's no longer able to take custody of her own life. Like, she literally is doing things that my sister has never done in her entire life. That is embarrassing and shocking and disappointing. And every time I hear, I just get angry. But I'm so angry that even the emotion can't come out because I just don't have the energy. Like, are we all supposed to just be living in this paradox of unhappiness? My entire family, I feel like, is fucking cursed. My sister just told me recently, like, you realize that is married? They never got married. My sister almost got married. And then that dude that she was with, cheated on her with a girl that didn't even exist. Like, the girl exists, but the picture of the girl that he showed didn't exist. My sister lost her mind to the point that her relationship just was gone, and she was losing the relationship with her dad. And the fact that her dad had to die seeing his daughter like that is just insane to me. Like, they were best friends. He did everything for her. Like, he spoiled her rotten. And he took the verbal abuse from her, and he died, knowing that's the last thing he saw of his daughter. Like, all my sisters, their dads died, except mine. And I don't want to be the person, and I really don't care what anybody think, but I'm not somebody that's like, oh my God, I never had a relationship with such and such. Let me go have a relationship with them now. I feel the same way I did when I was 11. Why are you here? I was already surrounded that I never felt like in that aspect that I needed a dad in my life. I lived in the hood, the projects. I seen married people. I never said, man, I wish my mom was with somebody. No. And I'm somebody, I like watching love stories depending on how it's written and how it is, because it's some can be cringy. All that romantic stuff, but I've never thought, man, the reason why I can't get a man because I got daddy issues. I don't. like I don't feel, I can't, I never felt like there was a spot missing, a hole missing, a vortex I can't fill up. Even now, I don't feel anything. I wasn't surrounded by people that even told me about that man. I ain't know about that man until I was 11. A lot of things happened when I was 11. I turned 11. Aaliyah died in September 11. And I visited the towers a month before they got destroyed. So a lot of things happened when I was 11. I basically met my dad when I was 11. He came and surprised everybody. I was like, who? I remember. I was in the bathroom. They told me my dad was here, and I was very confused. It was my older sister boyfriend at the time, and I was like, "What are you talking about?" Like for Father's Day, I did it for my sister's boyfriend, who he's been in my life since I can remember. The one that now has who's schizophrenic. My mom, because she's a mom and a dad, and my uncle. I never thought, man, if I had a dad, I would make him this. No, never crossed my mind, and it still don't. I don't understand. I guess if you were put in a circumstance to make you feel like you needed a dad or somebody in your life, I feel like grandparents hold a lot of weight, because there's some things that I didn't experience because I don't remember them because I was too young. So like I could remember up until I was 4, like from 4 and beyond, but like 3 and down, there's things they did, but I don't remember them. And my grandmom died on her birthday, 1996. So I don't know what it feels like to have grandparents. And we just found out my mom got her side of the family, got too much secrecy to the point we're going to have to do a DNA test. 23andMe, like not even kidding, to figure out what's going on. Like my mom don't know who she really is. She don't know. She just found out that she thought that her great grandma was everybody's great grandma. She found out not on their side, not on her mom's side, she ain't. And she was like, "What?" And my sister told me that the lady said, "You mean that lady that used to watch you? So you mean that's on your dad's side?" And that the dad she thought she knew, they said that that's your dad. Like my grandmom died and didn't say nothing. That's the thing I don't like. How you die? You already left South Carolina. You was unhappy. You wanted a better life. You could at least say something. We don't know nothing. We don't know what's true. It's to the point that you're confusing the members that are still alive. You're like, wait, what? Huh? Like, I don't know what a generational curse breaker really is. And I feel like that's a task that is really heavy. But like, since I was younger, I looked at people that worked in the casinos. I looked at how much money, and this is the 90s, and I could tell you this, even back then, just because you think the 90s was cheaper, but they don't mean it wasn't as hard for those people who couldn't afford the 90s. Every era that you lived in, just because it was cheaper, don't mean, because there were poor people in every era. People who mainly ate pork because they couldn't afford beef. Yeah, compared to if we had the stuff that the 90s had, that pay, that, and your food didn't seem like it hit the news because it had stuff that wasn't supposed to be in it, everybody could afford it. But right now, but in the 90s, we couldn't afford all that. There's a lot of families that couldn't afford all that. So I seen, like, I remember them taking my entire piggy bank that they was saving up pennies, and every time I got a penny, I put it in, and it got filled. And I didn't realize that we had no food in my house. We didn't have a way to, and this is, I think my sister came down and visited us because she was still in the military at the time. The one I live with now, we had no food. Like, there's been plenty of times, like, as a child, you're just a child, and you're just being a child. You're in a child's place. You're playing. I was being bullied. And mind you, I don't understand. I don't know if my mind was put me in defense mode even then. I had a spiritual team was helping me, blocking me, because I remember getting feelings of when there was somebody or people that would bully me, and I was going to the store, and I would get this bad, upset stomach feeling every time I went to the store. And it like tell me that you need to go to a different side. So I'll go to a different side of the street, and I would hide behind cars to avoid them because I was being bullied relentlessly in school, out of school, summer school. I did stuff on purpose to get away with them, but these dumbass idiots got to go to summer school because they're bullying they dumb. Are their parents don't want to put up with their asses because they're just bad. So I literally went to my dad's. I literally said sure when I thought about it, because I wasn't going to go with him. I didn't want to go and spend the summertime with him at all. I was like, dude, and I don't know you. I don't feel comfortable around you. I just met you. And I thought about it. Wait, like half the people in the back side of the neighborhood, and mind you, these people were older than me. How you old as hell when you bullying people? Like your ass is about to be in middle school. No, you are in middle school, about to be in high school. I'm in third grade. So by that time, I was 11, about to be in sixth grade. Sixth grade, so they mean these people are already in high school. I said, sure, let me go. If it means I can escape and get away from these people, I want to know what it feels like not to be bullied. Like, I have not felt like what it felt like at that time to not be bullied. And I didn't even know what that was until 1990, until July something of 1996, because I moved to that place 1997 of July. And I'm getting bullied by the people that has the same color as me or darker. They're black people. Like, you mainly get picked on by your own race, and then you get the people in and out of different races that want to join up and think that's cool, and bitch, you're not. But people. And then the people I was friends with that were black, they were some type of nerdy. But they kind of still sort of hang out with them, but their family didn't like those kids. So I literally had to walk a different way to get to the store, to go to McDonald's, to get to school. No, after school, I would leave really early as much as I could, or stay behind on purpose, because I got bullied every single day from when I was 7 years old until I got out of high school, until I was 18. And mind you, these kids, y'all don't really know the hood or the projects. When I realized where I lived and that people really couldn't go in my neighborhood, and that I've been to other areas, used to go for church, and I'm like, wait, these neighborhoods were horrible? Y'all would never survive in them. All of them except 2 is gone now. Well, 3. Y'all don't know what bad really is. Y'all would never. You grow up in a nice little serene area where there's a bay and marsh and pretty trees and there are houses surrounded. You ain't go over the bridge. When I thought about that, I said, these kids really don't know. There's hands. There's hands that could literally probably knock you out and kill you over the bridge. And I got bullied by these people. I bet you they knew when they had to go to because we didn't have a middle school. We had a junior high, but I didn't go to it. And I found out that my family didn't want me to go to it because the school was considered really bad. I didn't want to go to it because I realized all those kids I was getting bullied are going to go there too. Not really, because some of them would have already been in high school or already was in high school, and some only had to go 1 year. They're not going to be there. But I'm like, do I want to meet other people that's going to bully me too? Like, it was relentless. I was tired of being there. Don't want to be around. Like, I went from somebody who was just happy being a kid, playing with my own shadow. If I had nobody play bubbles. I don't know if anybody did this when they were younger. You had somebody like was washing their car. They had the pool and they dumped the water out and it would go down near the gutter. And I would literally get leaves or sticks and race it and have race bat. Like, I played by myself when I didn't have friends. I went from that and wanting to go to school every day to now I'm in 7th grade. By 6th grade, I was just tired from it. I wanted to be the secretary assistant so I can get away from people. I wanted to do a whole bunch of stuff if it means I didn't have to go to the cafeteria outside with them. Like, my teachers didn't know I was avoiding people. My 7th grade, I was rebelling and I was failing. Like, I've an F. I didn't have an F since I was in 3rd grade, and I never had an F before that, and it's because of language arts. It's called language arts when you're in elementary school, and then it changes to English at some point. Like I was rebelling and I didn't know why until I got older, and I realized it's because I was being bullied every single day. And when you become an adult, you think it goes away. No. You got some old ass people bullying. Like, you old as fuck, bitch, you about to die. You bullying people? Like, it just made me angry. Like, even thinking about that. And then when you grow up and you realize the reason why you harden your heart is because of what you went through. We all go to different levels. I literally had to I had my math teacher was counseling me in 8th grade. Miss Stidham. I even know where her old house is. I was getting, like, I was the only person that had to have meetings with all my teachers. Like, when I tell you I lost my summer, I had to read Maya Angelou books. I was in the thesauruses, dictionaries. I was doing pre-calculus during the summer before I went to 8th grade when I moved to Texas. Because every state in the United States, even though they say that they are a certain level, when you go to, in Texas, just think they just better than everybody regardless. But when you go to a different state, they think that you're math and you're reading, which is ridiculous. When I tell you, I went to school just for fun. I went to summer school just for fun and to get away from people. Like, I was reading books that high schoolers were reading. Like, when I was in 8th grade for history, they told us to pick our favorite book. I picked The Giver, and the teacher at the time, can't even think of him. He's the only one that said that you can't learn anything from books because books lies, because humans made books. And so they only tell you what they think you want to know, what you want to hear and read, instead of telling you what actually happened. And he said that every county, you don't even have the same edition books. You get older books than somebody that's next to you. So he said, there's no point. We're not going to sit in desks. We're not going to sit in chairs. From my memory, from what I remember, and from what I go through, I'm going to give you a packet. And he sure did. And I did The Giver, and he was surprised that I knew what that book is. So for me to go from not being really, feeling like I was really smart and doing all my work, and being tired of being bullied, not knowing that I go to Texas and my entire summer is taken away. And now I need counseling from my math teacher, because something's wrong with me. I got a lot of pent up anger, rage, and I don't know why. And when you become, as I was getting older, even as a teenager, I realized I got a bunch of best friends, but I'm not a best friend to them, because they'll tell me, and I don't know why people still do this. They feel as though they can tell me everything, and I give them, I don't know how, good advice. And I'm even shocked myself, but I'm also somebody that empathize and sympathize with people, even if I haven't been to that situation, and then I don't do the same thing. And it took me to realize when I was a teenager, because of, if you go back in my history, 3rd grade into high school, I got fucked over. I didn't realize that slowly I was becoming poor. My hair wasn't getting done. I didn't have food in the refrigerator. I was starving to the point that I'm drinking water, and trying to sleep was the only way to alleviate some of the hunger. I was sitting there, I remember, like, my cousin coming to visit, and she's crying because there's nothing to eat, and I'm trying to figure out, I'm in elementary school, middle school, how to feed my nieces and nephews and my cousin. I don't have clothes by the time I was going to church, and I said, man, I don't have dresses to wear. They stopped buying me clothes for years. And it took until I was 7th grade, and I had a trash bag full of clothes from a girl who was 2 to 3 times size and I guess told my sister, who I live with now. And she was very upset. She was in the military then. And that's why I was getting boxes of clothes. I've never had name brand anything. I didn't get name brand anything until my sister bought Eve. Back then, the rapper Eve had Fetish, and then J-Lo, because she found out my hair wasn't getting done, and I had no clothes. My oldest nephew did. When I tell you, he had every Nike, every Jordan, everything. Like, for Christmas, I used to get upset. Even though I didn't understand those name brands, I knew they were nicer than what I got. I'm like, why is he getting more than I'm the youngest sister? Like, I was starting to connect, like, have emotions I never felt, and it was because jealousy and envious and getting angry because I'm like, why do you do more? Like, I'm not telling you to out. That's your child. Yeah, you're supposed to do for him, but I'm also your youngest sister. I'm not getting anything. It was turning to resentment. I didn't realize that. So when you get older and you try to, and I was smart enough to know I can't project those feelings onto other people or to carry them. But when you meet people that it's like, for some strange reason, they know I'm a nice person or they think I'm special, and the assholes get attracted. Or they are actually really nice, but when it comes to me, they get obsessed or they get possessive and they feel like I need to have you. And so you start treating me differently. Or even when I was getting bullied, pinpoint one thing. What's wrong with me? You cross-eyed? You know how many people in our classroom wear glasses? You want to do better than that? Because even though I was younger, I was told I dressed nice. I don't know. I don't know. I had no idea. I still don't know. Like, you carry and you realize, like, I was carrying all this rage and disappointment and sadness and anxiety, and it became depression. And now it's like, damn, is it too late? And then you try to find a spot I don't have anywhere. I feel like you can put me in different areas in this country, in the world, and I still don't belong. Like, I can't be with what's considered your own people, because everybody's black ain't black, and some of the other black don't even know how you have the confidence to call that black, because that's just pure ignorance. Like, I literally got treated better by other races. I don't know, and this is just me personally, I've never been treated where people have to watch me, or with racism. When I tell you, for whatever reason, any race, they feel like they can just come up to me and talk to me, and I'm like, dude, I don't know you. Why? I've never been treated, even by, there are some black people out there that are, that are nice, but like, I literally was treated better by other races than I was the people in the neighborhood, in other neighborhoods where I lived. Like, I got accepted by other races before my own race. That's insane. Because like I said, unless you was a nerdy one that played games or watched anime, or we had our JROTC or band, I was there. I can name a few on two hands. And that's as the year progressed. And these are from parents that didn't want their child to hang out with the same race as them, that were also black. Like, when you get older and you start, and you think, and you like, well, damn. Like, I don't know what I ever did to people, like, for them to do that. But when you bully someone that relentlessly, the thoughts they can have is worse than what a serial killer can have. I promise you that. Like, there's things in movies that have not been even made, video games, that I'm sitting here like, that's all you can do? Because I can think of something more, I can think of more of a diabolical way to end somebody's life, because I had that much anger and rage and sadness and disappointment. And then when you get older, you just sitting here watching everybody. And then when you try to, you just end up, and I feel like it was purposely, I had to detach. Like, I feel like I was purposely, I have to be by myself in a way, because of the people around me will suck up the energy, and it's exhausting. And it's not everybody, but I feel like I can't be on the same, I'm not even in the same damn highway. Fuck a lane. Like, I don't know. And I felt like it was starting to crack a bit. Like I hate when my tears can't come out because I just need to come out, feel it, and get over it. When I don't, and I know that something's wrong, like that means if little things like not. Luckily, I've realized it's not as bad as it used to be. Like I was able to contain it and be like, okay, but like for how long do I have to keep being lost and don't know what I'm supposed to do? And that's great. Like I said this before, you can be good at something, but that don't mean that it's for you. That just means you can use it to help you progress further in whatever journey that you're supposed to be on. I don't know. Like I feel like I'm moving with no place to go. Like I'm walking with no destination. And the other path, I'm just standing still. I'm on an escalator and the path is moving for me. I don't know. And as frustration is, you look around and you see like these videos, and this is why I'm iffy about tarot reading and people that's sitting there saying they're spiritual beings. More than half them people are not. They're a bunch of fucking liars. They sit there and they act like and they try to connect because let's be honest, you can easily say something that most people are already going through, and those people will click on it and be like, yeah, I'm feeling the same way too, and nothing happens. And you sit there, you give them barely, and they need advice. They need somebody that actually knows, not just from a spiritual point. You need somebody that's going to tell you what it is for what it is. I feel the collective and the energy. You can say anything about a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Yeah, they're going through some rough patches. Who ain't in a relationship? And you just happen to be the fool that hears it at that timing. You ain't the only one. This is what I realized you have to know what is for you and what is not for you. And when they like be like, all right, let me back away from that energy, because they will make you like, let me just say this. There's a lot of people that used to do tarot that is not doing it anymore. Like if it just suddenly pops up and I haven't seen that person in a very long time, it's only, I think, maybe 3 people, 3 or 4, and I haven't seen them in years that popped up. And if I will say, okay, in my head, if I keep seeing them, I'm gonna see what the message is. One person had my location of where I live right now. And mind you, where I live, unless you actually know this place, like you have business here, you in the military, and this is not like this place, and mind you, not like this place is as famous as the rest of the military places. Like there's no reason for you to ever say this name. Even back in the day, there's no reason, because no one really knows it unless you were in the military, and even then, it's no man's land back then. Like there was some things, and then I say, okay, I don't see them anymore. It means there's nothing for me at that point in time. Don't just keep searching for it, because when you keep searching for it, you're in the desperate energy, meaning you're going to attract and click on anything that for a time being, it's like you get alcohol, and that's your drink of choice to help bring the pain away. That is your alcohol. You're going to keep clicking down a rabbit hole, and then you'll be like, well, and then is it for me? They're talking about me. Well, it sounds like me. I don't know. That's not me. That's not what I'm going through. And then you in denial and all this other stuff, when all you have to do is talk to yourself, write it down, put your pros and cons, talk about to yourself or journal what you're going through, and you can figure out, instead of you just clicking on the video that happens to say on purpose, because that's what most people are going through, a rocky relationship. You need some money. This job might not be for you. 9 to 5 ain't for everybody. You're going through an abusive relationship. This is why I said Okay, because it all sounds a little fishy. I'm gonna just back away. Like, I literally had to be like, all right, I like go cold turkey and be like, I'm going to, because what you don't know is the more you click on those type of videos, the more energy of depression you give yourself, of disappointment, of sadness. Like, you get your hopes up. You know how you waiting for somebody and they say they'll be there and then they never show up? That is how it is for the spiritual community, I've noticed. They get your hopes up, say all these things, even, and I don't care how you take it. There are some black people that will speak to you like they are from the streets, and you could be. But when you feel like, when you have that personality that make you seem relatable and reliable, and you still do clickbait worthy things on purpose to get these people hopes and make them feel like you shouldn't be on YouTube. You should not be using what you call a spiritual anything. It should be taken away from you. If you really do have it. If you not, you shouldn't. You should learn your consequences, because you doing something like that, that if somebody's that's really in need and they really don't know what's going on and they just happen to click on your video, you happen to say the right things. You're a car salesman. You ever seen Matilda and Daddy DeVito was selling Miss Trunchbull that car, and he said all the things she wanted to hear? That is you. When you do stuff like that, you honestly just don't care. You just want some clicks and some views. And I'm be like, and I don't know why. I could just be like, you know what? That sounds kind of wrong. So I was like, if it comes to me, I'm gonna let it come to me, because I'm in a place right now where I cannot afford to go down a rabbit hole. Cannot afford to stay in depression, disappointment, and sadness, because I'm so lost and not sure of myself. I don't even know if YouTube or streaming, because I know for a fact I need certain equipment. PC wise, I need my own place. I need certain things so I'm able to do more things, and I can't do it. I've been doing this for now 2 years. I just had my anniversary in September. 2 years. I took the risk in August and made my account another a channel in September. I made Gemini Talks in January of 2023. So it'll be 2 years. Like, I literally put myself in a position to be like, what do I got to lose? Because I don't have anything. I can't go any further down. I need to hurry up and build myself a place before I crumble and sink further. Like, it was to the point I'm crying and I don't know why. Like, usually it's just triggered by stuff. Now it's like, all right, this is really depression. I don't even know why the hell I'm crying. I refuse to have to get up, go to the store. I'm not hitting up the corner store. There ain't no corner store really here that you can hit up, because unless you live in a certain neighborhood like Houston, Dallas, San Antonio area, what corner store you going to? The gas station with all them high ass prices? I'm not paying for that. I'm sitting there baking cookies and baking. Oh man, I like baking. No, bitch, you like eating because you're depressed and now you're getting chubby. You're walking like a mini penguin. You looking like the penguin, but a female version from the Joker, like from Batman. Like, what? You looking like a light skinned version of Patrick. When you know it's bad, you wake up at 2 a.m. like you wanted a burger at 2 a.m. I'm waking up and I want to make something to eat. For what? I'm not even hungry. I'm just eating to fill a void, and I don't know what that void is. And now I know, oh, I don't have a place. And I knew this since I was a teenager. There is nowhere for me to go. I could be in the nicest neighborhood and feel like I still don't belong. I could be like, this is made just for you, this place. But when you feel like you still don't belong because you don't know what you can do, what your potential is, or you get a hint of it and it feels like, man, I still don't know what to do. Because, okay, I'm doing it. What else am I supposed to do? Like, I'm doing what I've never thought I would ever do, never even heard of, never dreamed of, nothing. What am I supposed to do with this? I'm not yet. I hate feeling stuck. And then it'll be like, well, you're being stagnant for a reason, and you don't. And you don't want to play devil's advocate or be like, But there's just some things that have happened to me since moving back to Texas that I can reflect on, that has happened to me when I was a teenager and when I was getting bullied, that it was hints and I didn't know. And then you found out your family might have other gifts and nobody, because my family comes from secrets for whatever reason. My grandma died with secrets. Like, that part I don't like. Like, I know she could hear me. That was just an asinine thing to do. And so I wasn't raised to not believe in ghosts or anything. Like, I don't know why, but I feel like for me personally, that is I feel like, yeah, ghosts exist. People died, right? You believe in a spirit that you can't see called God, right? You can't see him. More than half of you people around this world can't hear him. And even when people say God told me, I kind of don't believe you, because apparently, he speaks to other beings, which some of them are part of him and some are your ancestral. So I don't know where I align with that. It's weird, but I just know I've never had a feeling that spirits never existed. I feel like, yeah, they do. Like, it's more common sense to think that than half the shit humans do today. Because you look at a human like, wow. Like, when it's bad, when you are more suspicious of a human than you are a spirit, because at least I know what a spirit can do. Yo ass. You just somebody might say the wrong thing to you and you go off the deep end. And you don't know what part of the deep end they willing to go off of. I just had to get all that out because I felt that, and the reason why I did is because I literally just recorded before I got on here because I needed to finish this game, and I beat the game. I played my second time going around. I finally beat the game. I really love the game. It was just getting on my nerves with the glitches and stuff. And when I tell you things have never happened compared to my first playthrough, I was like, if I was able to stream the clips that I could make, be phenomenal. It's like you already at a tipping point, and when you see that, oh man, I'm not. Okay, it's just stagnant, stuck on the same subscriber. When you start to lose it, and it's been a long time since I felt this. It's like, wow, am I going backwards? I'm barely going forward. When I tell you, it's like the Matrix where the rain just stops and everything just stands still and you're just walking and it's nothing. No, you don't hear a sound. You don't see people moving. You barely hear the wind. You're just there and you just feel lonely and you're like, well, I'm doing this, but why is anything moving for me? And I already know that will take time. I get that. I know that. But when other stuff starts to happen and it feels like, is things starting to crumble? Like, nothing's been working. It's just been stuck. Like, I can't be like these other people, like, oh, and have the same dumbass thumbnails that's just way too damn skittle colorful, bright as a fuck, and you wonder why half the world need glasses now. And have the same type of intro with them ashy ass sounding hands, and they going like this. You ain't getting that from me, bitch. You sound like you're doing you're doing a bonfire. Like you're gonna spark a fire with them hard ashy ass non-Jergens shea butter hands. What are we doing? Put some blue magic on them things. Like why? And it be a lot of them that do that. I can't do that. That's fake. Or yo, what's up? I can't. I don't even like when they do it because you can tell from the people that really do that, and those you've seen people do that, and so you feel the need you have to do that too. Like, nobody wants to hear when you talking your saliva sound. Nobody wants to hear you chew gum. I don't like. All right. Like, do you hear the friction from them things? It's about to be 99 degrees in Texas. I sit here and I do that. When I tell you this entire house is going to catch on fire and I'm going to be dead. I can't do that. You're not getting that. So don't expect that. I can't do no flashy ass edits. One, I'm broke. You definitely ain't getting that from me. Two, if I would once that comes to a point, I have ideas, but it's going to have to be the ideas that work for me, that works on my level of humor, because I can't be them. I don't want to be them. If I didn't want to dress like you when I was younger, why would I want to be you now? Like, I felt like, am I weird? And I seen the video on this, and where you might be special if you never, I don't think I know, I seen the title of it. If you never you never inspire to be somebody. I don't know why you would want to. Now, you might inspire based on their hard work and their merits. I appreciate that, your accomplishments more, but I never want to be the person. And even when I was younger, I'm like, do that make me, am I weird for not wanting to be like them? I don't want to be like you. It's hard enough being me, and I don't even know what the hell I am right now besides a human and a female. Black. My own version of what that may be. Why would I want to be somebody else's? Being me is exhausting. So you're not getting any of those. Like, there's some people that edit too much. Like, they try to be Corey Kenshin. Like, let that man rest. Or another Dashy. But he's Gemini. It's like Kendrick Lamar, he's Gemini. Biggie and Tupac were Gemini. I'm Gemini. I don't even know half the time this Gemini gonna act. I'll be sitting here like, dang, I would have done it a little bit different. You can't beat them because they don't even know how they gonna be. You don't know what 10 personalities gonna pop up. And they try to do that. They over edit. Like, you know how in a video you do something funny and you put the meme or the gif and it correlates. And if you do with the right timing and how you, in the spacing of time, people just, they sit there, bam, 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 bam. Like, yo, you didn't even let yourself talk or let the joke ride. You just sit in there just putting a bunch of, don't ask me. This is why I'm glad that I'm a viewer more than a content creator, because I'm really doing this because I don't have a place to go. And for the first time in my entire life, I'm like, yo, I can do this. All that stuff that I had in my mind as a child, I can sit there and do it. But I just need the money to do it and figure out a way to do it. Which I'm somebody that likes to learn anyway. If it helps me be creative and it helps me get excited with something I like to do, what? I heard footsteps. Yeah, when I tell you can be in your own, like when you're used to being by yourself, the vibration in your house, you can tell. Like, I felt like I heard shuffle, like 1, 2, and then like near my hallway. Everybody don't need to know what I'm doing. To be honest, nobody needs to know what I'm doing. I don't even know what I'm doing, but I feel like when you sit there and you tell more than you're supposed to, you get a different type of reaction and energy. And you don't want the reaction to make you feel like, oh, why is she doing this? You don't need to do that. What's that supposed to do? You going to get money? Are you going to make you get an income? Are you going to get life insurance from it? You going to get some life savings from it? Like, I literally went to call somebody. I literally took a life or death risk on my way to work. And I was like, yeah, I shouldn't have called this person. Because I just wanted advice on, well, not even advice, just your thoughts. Let me just hear your thoughts. I'll sit here and use my own thoughts and see where I come in the middle. But it was like, there's just some people you can't tell anything to. Luckily, I ain't say too much. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to stay quiet because you don't need that type of energy around you. I definitely don't. It's getting dark. I'm going to go. It's been an hour and 18 minutes. I felt like if I didn't say what was on my mind right now, I wouldn't have the feeling that by when I said it later, that energy and my thought process would have been gone. I would have been like, yo, fuck it. I don't want to do it anymore. It was really getting to that point like, yo, what's the point? It really do feel like that. Like, what is the point? What am I gaining from this? I just feel so stagnant. Like my whole life has been stagnant. Nothing has been revolving. I just enter doors, do what I'm supposed to do, get fucked over, get some life lessons that can help me in the world and other jobs, and then get out and go to another door and it still sucks, but get some life lessons. Then go through another door and it's like, wow, I'm living in repeat, but in a different way. Like I'm literally at work and I'll see something that will spark my excitement, my imagination. I'll literally get construction paper, write it down. So I got a whole bunch that I gotta look through after this. Like I've never been that excited, except for when I hear music, depending on what it is. 'Cause I just found some new music, and I think about, oh, this is what I can do. I can do this. I can do that, and then like but there's only but so much I can do. But I just need to get that out. Like, there's no point. I wouldn't have been doing it, and I'm not playing the game because I'm not in the mood to. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh snap, guys, I'm all happy and how was your day and all that. I want you to have a great day. I want you to be safe, but I'm just not in that mood to be fake. I don't want to be fake. I should never be in the mood to be fake unless there's something horrible going on and I gotta fake my way through it just to survive. I don't want to be fake. That's lame. It is. I can't do it no damn more. And it was because my brain was on defensive mode and it was trying to protect me until I told myself, bitch, stop doing that, because all you doing is making it worse. You're not protecting yourself. You're just not accepting reality. And the bad part is I knew reality, but for whatever dumbass reason, your brain feel like, no, protect her. She's precious. Don't let her see that she really is going through something and that, yeah, she's being fucked over right now. We have to protect her. No, you seen SpongeBob in his head and he had those other SpongeBobs and they were trying to figure out after they deleted everything and there was a fire going on in his head. It was just too much going on. No, I'd rather get through the motions, go through the motions, get over the motions. Because you'll just be sitting there like, damn, again? Man, why always me? And then you start doing some victim mentality shit. And I ain't not doing that. It's lame as dumb. Like, I'm glad I got that emotion out. Like, I felt it for 2 weeks. The tears wanted to come out, but they didn't. And I had to get triggered for it to come out. And I was like, thank you. Goddamn. I don't want to be stuck in that emotion. It's awful. Because it's like, I want to cry, but the tears won't come out. Like, yeah. Like, it was just a plethora of things. It's like, okay, new screw-overs. Like, you got rid of your old ones. We're going to give you some more. More? Again? Really? Like, can I get a break? And the break I got was I was sick for 2 damn weeks. That wasn't really that wasn't a damn break. Had a viral infection and ended up getting pneumonia. I ain't getting no break. I'm like, wow, I'm sick again because I'm in a place that I don't want to be in. But I got no choice because I need the money to do that, what I need to get, so I'm able to do stuff more. Like, I'm just living on fucking repeat. That's what it sounds like. I'm just a damn broken record. Only difference is I'm going through new stages of a damn game level. It's like, all right, you beat level 569, time for 570. Like, what? And it'd be the same bullshit, but in a different area. It's like, yo, I just defeated this boss that did the same shit. Now I gotta defeat another boss that's doing the same shit. They just put it, but in a different way. You just roll your eyes at the shit. This is why when I go to work and they just tell me certain things, like when I tell you, it's so hard for me to keep my face in check and not to voice my thoughts and my opinions because they're just true. You can't sit there and deny the fact because it's happening in your building. I'm like, I really told myself Friday's coming. Like, it's been for now working on 3 weeks. Friday is coming. When Wednesday got here, I'm like, damn, only got two days left. That was fast. Like, Friday's coming. I have to keep telling myself. Like, you walk in a room and you feel like you're not even wanted. They put you in different places because they just allow everybody and they damn goldfish to take off. And then you just got people that don't look. A person, I just got told right before I clocked out, someone called out on purpose because they didn't want to do diapers. Do you not read the descriptions? It tells you on Indeed. A girl last summer, no, it was this summer, early summer, she quit because she didn't want to do diapers. You're in the baby room. Bitch, what you think you was going to be doing? Someone did your nasty ass diapers. I don't. So she called out. So you mean I was going to different rooms because you decide like, and then I hate when, and there's other people too, and it's getting on their nerves. They use certain people because they think, well, she's good at it. She ain't gonna complain. Bitch, you think I'm not? I was literally getting frustrated with my art because I thought, okay, they need at least another art because I'm trying to spread them. I can't do too many because there's too many kids and I'm tired of talking to them. That it takes up all my energy and it takes up too much time that I can't do it. And on top of that, you put me in different rooms. So by the time I get back, more than half my class is gone. And then I got kids saying, well, I didn't do that. You wasn't there. I wasn't there. I'm not sitting there. You got until Friday. The art I do is from Monday to Friday. If you don't show up in any of those days, I'm not doing it. I used to be, oh no, don't worry, I got you next week. No, I got you this week. And if you don't come, you just don't get it. Because I'm never in my room anyway. And then when I'm in my room, I'm dealing with a disrespectful ass child. There's nothing you can say to her. You can go, I like that child. Well, I like you. And she just hits you with like, I don't like you. I don't like everybody. Well, I don't like everybody. That's what she literally said. I don't want to play with anybody. I want to be by myself. She literally just said that. Like, you can sit there and put candy coated raindrops on that bitch. She don't want the feel. She don't want none of it. That does nothing. All she does is scream at pitch, like glass shattering pitching of her voice. And then I got to deal with the other kids that don't, they just don't care. And then the ones that do care, when they try to get your attention, you need help, you can't even be with them long because you're too busy dealing with a bunch of kids that just don't give a fuck. Like, when I tell you they need a convention for daycares and have somebody really just go up there and speak and tell them things which they should not do. Like, if you didn't like that and you work them and you see what's going on and you choose not to do anything, you are a part of the problem. Like, you see the pattern, right? Like we teach in school, there's an AB pattern and an ABB pattern and an ABA pattern and an ABC pattern and an ABCD pattern. All these damn patterns. And you choose not to deal with the own patterns up front, which you allow certain parents to do, but other parents, you just, like, I don't get it. Because there's no sense in it. So I can't, things that don't make sense. And I'm not talking about a scientific or a mathematical or a spiritual. I'm talking about human sense. Like, it should be common sense, but they choose not to do it. They want to just be stupid for the rest of their life. So, hey, like I told the girl that's leaving, you need to just put your energy in yourself, because if you come to work mad every day and you already angry and this place makes you feel angry, you already feel like you're not getting no help, you want to stress yourself up to the point you're just going to have health problems. I know. This has been Gemini Talks. Sorry. No, I'm saying sorry. Not sorry. It's supposed to have been like 45 minutes, but there was just a lot going on in my head. I felt like if I don't say it right now, it's not going to come out. I'm not going to want to do it. Have a great rest of your weekend. I will catch you guys later. Bye.